Hi, welcome back everybody. Just getting ready to start chapter 6. If you haven't watched any of the previous videos, I do suggest you go do that now. Mark, you need to eat something, John said, looking over the untouched plate of lasagna. I'm not hungry. It had been a week since the hospital released him into his grandfather's care. His cheeks were flushed, sinking into his face, making long black lines across it. John folded his hands and placed his forehead against them, fighting back frustrated tears. He couldn't break down in front of Mark. He had to be strong, for him. So the man who had never had much to do with his grandson was now one of the only pillars of support for the boy. A stranger to each other, suffering together, but alone all at once. I know this is hard, Mark. Mark Anthony, he said, without looking up. But I'm here for you. Mark Anthony eyed him with a cold gaze, but said nothing. John looked on in pain, knowing he needed to say something, but not having even the faintest idea what. Can I go lay down? He asked, stabbing the silence like a knife. Of course, pal, John said. Mark Anthony went to the guest bedroom without a word, leaving his grandfather with a pan of cold lasagna. John returned his hands to his forehead, running his fingers through his fading black hair. Come on, you weak old fuck, he whispered. All those words you thought you could spin so damn well, and when it finally counts for something you fold. Tears danced down his face. God, Victoria, I'm so sorry. I should have been there. I gave up and now you're... God damn it, baby, I'm sorry. He didn't even try to fight it anymore. He doubted he could. Instead, he started to put away dinner, crying as he did. What did it matter, after all? When he started the sink, he had gained some control. Cleaning had a funny way of doing that when his phone started buzzing. Wiping his hands dry, he dove into his pocket. It was Joanna. He swiped to answer. Hey, it's me. Hey, John. How's Mark and you holding up? She said, a hint of worry in her voice. We're here, Joanna. Mark's lying down right now. Okay, Alan and I are at the airport now. Should be there by tomorrow afternoon to, He heard her cough. She was trying not to cry. Make arrangements, he finished for her. Yeah. Look, John, I'm sorry is all. She sounded genuine. Me too, Joanna. Me too. They shared a painful silence when John spoke up. I'll have Mark get his things together in the morning. Why? He looked out the window absently. I mean, you and Alan are taking him, aren't you? John, Allie and I live in another country. It's not as simple as all that. I thought you knew that. We can't just take Mark Anthony, she said, concern rising. John pinched between his eyebrows. So how soon can you? I can't fucking believe you right now, she said. That boy just lost his whole world. You realize that? She was crying. And all you can think about is yourself. There was a rustling on the other end, and the line went dead. John looked at the sink of soapy dishes and plunged his fist into it, sending water flying all around him, leaving deep cuts in his hands. Fuck! 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 He screamed. Why, Victoria? What am I supposed to do? More bloody, soapy water splashed around his feet. I don't fucking know! Finally, he stopped, gripping the edge of the sink, when something in the corner of his eye caught his attention. He turned to face Mark Anthony, who stood with a calm expression on his face. Grandpa, he said, I found some place. John looked on in confusion. Just as he was about to ask what he meant, Mark made a mad dash for the door. Without thinking, John was on him. Mark! The door was closing behind Mark. John just barely had caught the handle, but as he opened it, he felt something that reminded him of when his foot fell asleep. An absent numb covering his entire body. Though it only took a fraction of a second to open the door, to John it felt like hours, like time had slowed to a crawl for just one instant. He flung the door open, expecting to see Mark in the carport, maybe running for the road. What he saw was much, much more frightening. Nothing. Empty concrete carpool or carport. Empty yard. Nothing. Mark Anthony was simply gone. And that's all for right now. I'll be sure to get the next chapter up as soon as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, have a good day. Thank you very much.